Greeno ass. I'm a real nigga that day one. You don't fuck with me, nigga, fuck you. You a pussy nigga, I can't trust you. These hoes, nigga, I don't lust them. Niggas sit around like a hoe, talk about a nigga like a pussy nigga. These niggas don't wanna see you making less shit gon' help benefit them. On a nigga got him in town, bankroll.
We only do this every 90 years. I was most excited for you to come.
Welcome to the Low Key Cave. What's going on YouTube? We are back with another movie review, and like I said, as far as horror, we still gonna be doing horror. I'm still gonna be doing horror reviews. So we are doing the Midsommar versus Green Inferno review. Kind of a new thing, not really new, but something different besides the traditional of doing movie reviews. And these two movies in particular have similarities to them as far as having a female lead and having similar storylines, well, plot-wise anyway. As far as, I guess I get into Midsommar, you have pretty much a couple traveling with a group of friends. And our main girl, Danny, she pretty much had a tragic moment that just happened to her before they actually go on this trip. And going on this trip, they're pretty much going into some type of midsummer festival. And things started to seem kind of strange, but going through the things they're going through, they're taking drugs, pretty much mushrooms and everything when they first get there. So things that should seem strange might not seem as strange to them. So that's pretty much what we have going on with Midsommar. Now going over into Green Inferno, I'm not even about to get into like main characters' names and all that. I will say we have a leading female character. I guess I'll try to say her name. Justine, a lawyer's daughter. She meets basically with a student activist, and they're going to the Amazon, they say, to proclaim to save the forest or whatnot. And she has another student who pretty much is trying to get her to go. He's a decent guy, he seems like anyway. I don't know if he black or white. I'm not even gonna front to y'all. Y'all see the movie. If y'all have seen Green Inferno, y'all know who I'm talking about. The black white dude or the black, I don't know, man. I ain't being funny. I'm just
saying. Representation for others.
He basically the guy that you need to be the old movie tropes of taking out that black guy first, and we needed that black guy. Okay. But pretty much, like I said, with Green Inferno, you had these group of, I guess, students going to the Amazon to try to save the forest. But they come across pretty much, what are these people called? I don't mean to say it like these are these people or whatnot.
Indigenous tribe.
Yeah, indigenous tribe. They come across this indigenous tribe that's pretty much cannibals, and they eat people. So you pretty much got a cult versus a tribe, pretty much, as far as Midsommar and Green Inferno. Okay, I guess I want to get into how you feel about each movie, plot-wise.
Right. Like you said, plot-wise, they're very similar because they're both going to a foreign land.
Yes.
And one group, they're going to save the Amazon or save the tribe, or I don't even remember what they was going to save, and
it kind of don't matter. Saving the jungle, the area or something. They were trying to save the area because they had the bulldozers coming in or whatnot.
So were they trying to save the trees or the people or both?
I'm thinking the trees. I don't even know if they seen people there or not, or if they knew people there.
I think it had to do something with the people also.
But let's be clear, this is it's a plot where you got characters you do not care about. Even them leading into them going out there, it ain't making sense. The stuff they talking about, in the main girl we supposed to be following, we don't care. She doesn't have no motivation to really be going. I mean, really. She
Besides
doesn't have
the
no
fact that she
motivation to be going.
Dude, it's like she goes to try to impress a guy. Like, stupid. What?
I mean, not really, because she don't like none of the people there, really. As far as the guys, it's like she trying to prove something to herself or to her father, because she have a conversation with him, but I don't pay attention to that shit either. I'm telling you, I'm zoned out of this movie when it started, because it's like, I don't like none of these. I'm not engaged with these characters. I was not engaged with none of them.
They do not do a good job of making you care about them or introducing them to give you some type of backstory of why they are the way they are. I mean, they kind of do it with the girl, but it's just like it's like they moving so fast to get you to the point that they spent the money on.
Yeah. And that's one of the biggest issues with Green Inferno, as far as when things start to go wrong and people are getting killed or ate, you do not care about these characters. You don't. The main thing you into this movie for is to see just how bad they gonna get ate or what's gonna happen to them. That's what you're here for. Shock value. That's pretty much. Now, sliding over to Midsommar as far as characters, it's a different type of motivation for our leading character, Danny. She has a tragic moment that happens to her. I'm not going to get into it because there might be some people out there who haven't seen Midsommar. But she has a tragic moment that happened to her, and you kind of understand why she's trying to just keep it moving. She's trying to escape from everything that's just happened to her. So she's dealing with a boyfriend played by Jack Royer named Christian, who pretty much was about to break up with her, but he feeling kind of sorry for her because of the situation that just happened. But he really ain't had no motivation to be with her. And can you remind me of why they was going to Sweden again? Because it wasn't just for no vacation or whatnot.
Originally, I think they were just going to, because the one guy invited them.
Yeah.
Because the one guy of the group was actually from that.
You right. I forgot.
Village. And then also the other two characters wanted to do the write the paper on the Christian, and then the black character, the token,
which is William Jackson, who plays Josh. I might need to say his name because there's some series out here that he in or something, so he might be a name that we don't know about, but he like might be in major things. So shout out to the black dude in here. I see you out here. But as far as what you were saying, I'm glad we doing this because I don't think we brought that up the other time. The guy that they actually led them there, that was giving them the information about what was going on in Sweden or whatnot, and that actually might have give me a question. Is like, how long did they know this guy? Because he was there with them when the movie started and whatnot. He's talking to the group like they friends, even before the girlfriend Danny calls the boyfriend Christian when he's sitting there with the group of friends.
Does he have a thing for Danny? Because doesn't it seem like he kind of wants Danny? And it's just like, I don't know. Christian just makes me angry because I got beef with dudes that stick with girls just because they feel sympathy for them. Don't do that.
I feel like what you just said. Oh, I don't have the guy name. This might be him. His name was Pelly or Peely or something like that. But the guy that pretty much leads them to Sweden, I feel like he did have a thing for Danny, but I think that was part of their coach, the cult thing. I think he was supposed to be like her half and her spouse. Or
what you think he was trying to bring her there to make her be a part of, like, to see if she wanted to be a part of it? Because everybody knew Christian was done with her, and that he was only with her for sympathy reasons. But it was just like, do you see how much we're talking about these characters versus the others?
That's what I'm saying. And I'm going to admit, I still, even with Midsommar, I just feel like I didn't have no motivation to care what was going to happen to him. I did care of following their story and seeing what was going to lead to whatever was going to happen as far as Danny and Christian. Was she going to stay with him, or was he going to stay with her? And even with leading into the whole situation with the other character, Mark, played by William Porter. He a good actor, by the way. He played in a movie called Detroit. He played in some other movies. He got some other stuff coming out. But anyway, he was kind of one of those cliche horror movie characters as far as just being a douchebag, as they would call them in the horror movies, or being an asshole, or just being that character that just, you definitely didn't like him. It was like, okay, he gonna die. He was one of them guys, you knew he was gonna die.
Yeah. For sure.
But Josh, which is played by the black dude, he was the one there for the paper. And Christian, who's playing Danny's boyfriend, they come into some kind of conflict where I guess Christian is trying to get information for him as far as pertaining to the paper that they both are writing, I guess. But Josh don't want to share his information. So they get into some type of conflict. I still guess I don't got a full understanding of what they exactly was doing. Was it for school or was it for something personal that Josh was doing?
I think it was more so for school.
Okay.
I think they wanted to, like, I don't know if it was like a dissertation, because they were in college. Like in both movies, both sets of young adults were in college.
Okay,
so
right.
They were. So that was a similarity, but like I think they were like writing some type. I'm not sure what the paper was, because like that just came out of nowhere. Where it was like,
that's what I was saying.
Well, I'm doing. I guess they had to make a conflict between them. Like they had to start making the people more of a conflict between all of the characters. So they just kind of threw that in there because it really wasn't necessary or needed. But it's, it was part of the plot.
Maybe maybe I wasn't paying attention, because I remember a scene where the girlfriend Danny kind of gets mad at Christian because he's like, I'm about to go up here and do this, and he's like, I just wish you would have talked to me about it and this and the third. And I'm like, maybe in that exchange that he actually explained what they was doing or what they going to do. And I might have missed that part.
That she didn't know before.
Yeah.
She only knew like the week of that he was going or something like that. So yeah, her decision to go was like very sudden, because she didn't even know that he was going. But I just thought that was, they did a good job of writing him to be an asshole boyfriend.
But see, this is the thing as far as the differences as far as writing. By the way, Midsommar is directed by ARIASTER. Is that his name? Oh, my bad, y'all. My bad. Yeah, ARIASTER. He also directed Hereditary. It's another kind of art house horror film, and a lot of people say this is an art house horror film as far as Midsommar. Green Inferno, on the other hand, was directed by ELIROTH. That's Hostel, Cabin in the Woods. It's all that straightforward. Let's get to it. Cut them up, dash them up, and see all the shock you want to see as far as body horror.
But I still feel like even those movies had better writing than this, because it was just like, okay.
Even with a movie like Hostel, I wanted to see him survive. I wanted to see him make it through everything he was going through as far as the end, the last character on Hostel. So yeah, you're right. I ain't gonna say Cabin in the Woods though. I don't even care about them. But see, the way we got into it as far as Midsommar, that's the differences as far as writing for characters in Midsommar and writing for characters in Green Inferno. It was a major lead up going into Midsommar, them getting a suite, and like they had all type of conversations going on. They had all type of conflict, and you actually cared more about their conflict than, I guess, the conflict they had going on in Green Inferno for her motivation to go to the Amazon with them. I didn't see it exactly, but I definitely seen it with Midsommar.
I just think that they didn't give us enough time with those characters to make us even care that, we all knew people was gonna die. We knew what we came here for. People was gonna die. But like in Green Inferno, it was just like, it was like they was trying to rush so much to get to that point. Like it was so much that happened before they even got to that point of being with the indigenous people. Because when you think about it, it's like they had their college life. They got on the plane, went to the Amazon. Because like when they was doing the whole like them getting to the actual place where the bulldozers were, it was like, I was like, okay, it's nicely shot, beautiful. But it was also like, okay, are we gonna get to know more about these people? It was just like they kept doing, it's like, oh, they're going to the bathroom. Okay, what? They was not giving us anything to learn anything about these people. It was just like, they're doing this now, they're doing this now. And it's like, okay, but I barely know, like how we barely know names. Like,
that's facts, and that's why I can't name these characters like that as far as Green Inferno. I'm glad you brought that up. That's me sliding back over to Midsommar. When you go into the whole suite and thing, and them coming across the whole people as far as we don't know it's a cult at the moment, but if you're watching these type of movies and you know these type of movies, I'm at the moment saying that's a cult. That's a cult. But that's the thing about it. We get into a whole history with this cult. We dive into characters a part of this cult. We dive into the things the religions with this cult. We got a whole scene where the dude peeing on the tree and the nigga go crazy. And we actually, by the time we get to that point, I'm like, I get it. I get it with these people anyway. I get where he coming from too as far as Mark. Like, what the hell wrong with y'all? It's just a tree. But I understand why the people mad. It's the whole build up to that. We understand as far as, I guess you would say, the villains of the movie. We actually understand where they coming from. Going to Green Inferno, it's like we don't get no type of time with the people besides them cooking, getting prepared to eat. That's it.
And then that's another thing. Like, we didn't even, like, you see all these people, and then you see people painted red, and then you see the lady, she was painted white, I believe, or yellow. And then it's like, you got no sense of, like, you knew that they were important because they were different colors, but it's like, okay, what does that mean? What does these colors mean? What are these people called? Because, like, when you go look up the actors that actually played these indigenous people, I think they only like
from Green Inferno,
right?
named
like 3 of them, but like one of them, like 2 of them don't even have pictures. Like, they just, like, this the only thing they ever did.
Oh, word! I didn't. You talking about the people from Green Inferno, right?
Yes, the people from Green Inferno. Like the lady that was doing most of the eating, because she seemed like she was, what did they call her, the elder? They never said anything, but like, you have to go look it up to figure out who these people are.
That's nice, and I would have done that if the movie would have gave me the motivation to go do that. I wasn't doing that.
Yeah,
but see what you're saying though. Think about if they would have the plane crash, right? Think about as far as Green Inferno, the plane crash.
One of the worst scenes of that is the plane crash. That I almost, based off the plane crash, I about stopped watching.
Hold on, before I finish, why?
Nah, I was gonna finish.
But why?
But it was just like, because out of all the scenes that they did, it was just like, okay, I can tell that this isn't gonna be the best acting, but it's not gonna be terrible, right? But then the plane crash scene, and I was like, oh, y'all were not scared. I don't believe that anybody is scared. I don't believe the plane is going down. I don't believe anybody's face. I don't even believe the background. Like, it was just so poorly shot. And I was just like, how many takes does this take? Because was this the first take? Because I'm confused. Like, this is terrible.
I got what you said as far as that, but my thing was, as far as, like I said with Midsommar, as far as building up on the code and whatnot, what if in Green Inferno, the plane crashed and the indigenous people, as far as the tribe, actually helped them? They start helping them whatnot, and they bring them into their culture or whatnot, because they can't find help or whatnot. And I'm not trying to build upon a story or whatnot to make a whole new movie. I'm just saying, as far as making this a better movie.
You might do better than what they did.
Yeah, I'm just saying, as far as they bring them into their culture or whatnot, and then they start showing them the things they eat. They saying, look, this is what we doing, whatnot. They not necessarily agreeing with eating it or whatnot, and things just start to go haywire or whatnot, but we got to build up. And by the time things go wrong, we actually care about not only our main characters, but some of the indigenous people. That's why I feel like it might have been a major better movie going just off that route. Just a little bit adding that.
Yeah, I mean, because, like, the movie isn't terrible. Once you get to the horror part of it, it is what it is. Oh, yeah. But, like, it was just the fact that they just rushed us into the horror, then gave us all the horror, and then just like the ending was like, here, we done. Like,
yeah, like, okay. Are we supposed to be rooting for her? I want to be honest. I wanted her to get caught. Kill her. Get her. Please don't let her get away.
I don't know.
I'm talking about Green Inferno.
They did not do a good job of making us like her. It's not that she was mean or anything or rude. It was just like her, like you said, her whole reasoning for being there, it was not, like, it was just like, why did you go? You put yourself in this situation, honey.
Yes, and another good thing about, as far as Midsommar and Green Inferno, as far as comparisons, similarities, we got these 2 assholes. Mark, He's an asshole that you don't like, but you actually get. He's just this ordinary ass. He that regular asshole. He's just a guy that fucks around, don't like his homeboy girlfriend. You know that nigga. he a hater. He a hater. On the other end, Green Inferno, you got our supposed villain of the group who just straight up lied to these people to get him out here, but they was stupid, like following his whole movement.
That's what his name was.
Who?
Alejandro.
Oh, the supposed villain of the group.
Yo, I swear, like, anything they could do to make him even more of an asshole, it was just like, make him just start randomly masturbating.
They wanted you to hate him.
Why?
That's
Why?
it. The motivation was hate this guy, hate him. Look at what he's going to do to these characters. But I don't care, because I don't care about these characters. Kill them all.
Yo, I think this was one of them movies, and everybody would have died. I just was like,
Green Inferno.
well, oh well.
And yeah.
Mind you be.
And this is, to me, and I said I call this is art horror versus straightforward horror. The thing I'm gonna give respect for as far as Midsommar though, and I said I didn't care about the characters, but I gotta be honest, I care about, like I said, leading up to the things that could possibly happen to them. I was very curious about the things that could happen to them, and I wasn't expecting the things that did happen to them at all, especially the boyfriend.
See, and that's to me that's the biggest difference between these movies, because like when you told me to watch Green Inferno, I knew nothing what was gonna happen. I don't even think I read the description. But Midsommar to me was big, like with Green Inferno, you could figure some shit out just based off of the pictures or whatever. It was just like, this is gonna get real gross. But with Midsommar, it was like you had zero idea what was gonna happen. You knew it was gonna be some crazy shit, but it was like I had because like you know, I'm watching it because it's a long movie, and I'm waiting, and I'm like, I wasn't aggravated that I was waiting. I was just like, what's gonna happen? Like, what's, because I mean, like when they first kind of shocked you a little bit at the beginning, but it wasn't like, oh my god, it wasn't like the beginning of The Ring. Like at the beginning of The Ring when they shocked you, you was like, what the hell else about to happen? But with Midsommar, it was just like, oh damn, okay. I don't know how. And you just felt you felt uneasy, but not like you wasn't like.
That's it. The uneasiness of that movie, especially Midsommar, not Green Inferno. I don't care how bad you cut up people, eat them or whatnot. I didn't feel uneasy. It was disturbing, not uneasy. Midsommar, they wasn't killing nobody. People, it was disturbing images of stuff happening.
We're gonna get to that.
But it's the things they was doing. It's the way they was looking at you. It was the stuff they was talking about and the way they was going about it. It was uneasy. It was like, I'm not comfortable with this shit that's going on. Y'all on these drugs? What's going on? Pay attention to your surroundings. I don't like it. But another thing you said as far as the trailers, for instance. Midsommar, with that trailer, you still don't have no idea what's going to happen when you watch this movie. Green Inferno is, you know what's coming. We want to shock your ass. That's it. Midsommar is like, we're going to shock you, but we're going to do it in a way where it's going to make you very uncomfortable. Very uncomfortable.
Well, let's talk about growth factor.
I'm glad you brought that up.
You just like, is he gonna? Like, nah, he's not. Like, what are these doing up there? Like,
you see the other two characters in the back. He over there walking, pacing like.
Yeah, like they gonna stop him, and then the fact that he didn't.
And I'm like, okay, so y'all gonna zoom in?
Yes, I was like, first of all,
it was a mushroom still.
No, this was real. This was real because later on, the girl was like, but yeah, I was just like, this is too real. Versus the Green Inferno scene with the whole being eaten alive, I could not watch.
And this is pretty much.
Oh, did you know that's the little boy from Spy Kids?
What little boy from Spy Kids? I ain't watched Spy Kids like that. The guy that gets
eaten alive is the little red.
Oh, you right. You right. I know what you. I know who you talking about. The brother. You right.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. But. Damn, you got me tripping. That is. I ain't gonna tell my kids that. Dang. I'm not gonna do them like that. They love Spy Kids. But we are basically doing a gore versus gore factor as far as Midsommar versus Green Inferno. So
Airplane scenes. And I'm just like, okay, and then I was like, oh my god, yep, like.
Why is he screaming like that though? Why is he screaming like that? I want y'all to let me know in the comment section when y'all watch this. Why is he screaming like that? Y'all hear this? She taking his tongue out.
Yeah, that's okay. And then like the convulsing, I was just like, okay, how many limbs were they gonna cut off before he?
And he's still screaming like, with no tongue.
To me, this wasn't the worst thing. This was just like the introduction.
It wasn't.
You just like it was just too much.
Now what you say, Nadia? You said he's still convulsing. I'm not being funny, y'all, but y'all see. Okay. All right.
So what?
I had to throw them in there as far as the gore factor. And not only that, the differences between shock value and shock factor. Seeing the expressions on our characters' faces in Midsommar. Seeing the expressions on our characters' faces in Green Inferno, I can't stop laughing. Because even the old man that fell to the ground had more believable expression on his face in Midsommar than the man getting chopped up in Green Inferno. And the old man's down there. That's how you acting. You hurting. He in so much pain. He's sitting. Okay, y'all. Go ahead. We had to do that. I had to. To whoever fans of Green Inferno, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. We definitely had to jump into that as far as just the comparisons. Not only just the way it looked, but just not only from the victim's point of view, but from the character's point of view who had to see the slaughter.
Yeah.
But
definitely one has better acting, but
definitely
I do 100%. Have to admit the being eaten alive scene I could not watch. I had to skip through it. I was just like, that's just
the boy on Spy Kid. Look at him playing it.
Like that, I was just like, oh my god, that's like the people that were give it up to them. The indigenous people.
They did. Hey, as far as practical effects, as far as body effects and all that, they did that. They did that for us.
Yes.
Okay. Yes, I guess as far as coaches of each film, I think we pretty much dived into that. As far as I honestly don't know too much. I don't know too much about either one, but I really don't know too much about the whole Midsommar Sweden thing.
Me either.
So is that a real thing though? The festival anyway, or do you know?
Yeah, I don't know if they do it in Sweden. I don't know.
Okay.
I didn't look too much into it. I was just like more so concerned about Green Inferno and making sure they wasn't like exploiting, someone else's culture. Because I mean, like with the Sweden thing, I mean, I don't know if they were exploiting someone else's culture in that sense too. Because I mean, we ain't gonna discount it just because it's European culture. But like, I feel like that story was written for. I mean, they were both written for those indigenous tribes, but it was just like,
Yeah.
It's like, are y'all exploiting these people for harm, or
that's like leading to the. I guess the next thing I can bring up is the movies as far as going out of the United States and making other places, even Paris, look like a place is dangerous that you can get killed in. As far as these places, mainly Amazon though, places like that where you got making movies about tribes killing people, eating people in particular, and it's a lot of movies based on these type of things. As far as foreign movies, it's a lot of foreign movies that's based on this. I think even Eli Roth based his movie off a foreign movie that was based off this. I'll jump into the endings. Midsommar and Green Inferno. I gotta be honest, I do not exactly remember the whole ending to Green Inferno.
Oh well.
I remember she running, right? Is she running?
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, spoiler alert for both movies.
Spoiler alert. The stupid little necklace helps her get away.
Okay. Do she
and she get the necklace, the phone. It was like a whole bunch of things where it was like, this is gonna come in handy later on. Like when he stuck the weed in his sock, it was like, that's gonna come back around.
Did she run across the people who was turning down the woods again?
Yes.
Okay, that's okay. I remember a little bit now because they shot the people down, the tribe people, right? They started shooting them.
Yeah, they started shooting the tribal people down, and she was pretending like she was filming, but she wasn't. But
yeah, okay.
And they called her on her bluff, but they wasn't about to kill her, and they was, Then she went, and I guess she went to like get questioned by the police or a detective or something, and then she didn't tell that the people were cannibals. But in the beginning, she was so against like weird tribal rituals and that these horrific things that these indigenous people should be stopped. But then once she got to the point where she could make people stop, she didn't. I guess because she saw the humanity in them. So she was just like, they are also people and this is their culture. So why should I snitch on their culture? I don't know.
It was definitely a horror trope as far as the last girl.
Yeah.
Her getting away and all that, but you did not care about her. It could have been, out of all the girls that was there, any of them could have been her. As far as the last girl to make it, it could have been any of them. I wouldn't have cared. Midsommar ended. Shit. Man. Oh. I was on drugs watching this ending.
And I meant to go back and watch it. Like rewatch just the ending, because that's the part where I was just like, wait, everybody, what they doing?
I'm gonna say it again. I was on drugs watching this ending, not literally, but just watching the movie. The damn movie made me be on drugs. I was on mushrooms with them. I was sitting there like, what is going on? What are we doing? She's dancing. Somebody's wearing marked skin. The brother gets knocked out, and then I see his foot in the garden. The boyfriend is having relations with this red-haired girl surrounded by a bunch of naked women, including an old woman pushing him into her. Like, get in that. Get it.
She said, you got to stroke hard, and she was trying to teach her.
You got to remember, this is all in expand of the ending. This is all at the same time. Everything is going on. That's the credit I'm going to give Midsommar, because when it hits at the end, it hits. It ain't stopping.
Oh, yeah.
We going. And we not done yet. We not done.
The bear.
My man gets up naked, running around. Everything out. We ain't cutting away. Everything's out.
They were so high. Like, just the amount of drugs.
Y'all didn't have to do us like that as far as the men watching this movie. But I'm so engaged with the movie. I'm sitting like, what's going on? Stop. We not stopping though. We get him running to a barn where we found out that another character who been missing that the girlfriend was looking for pretty much is harvest or something. I don't know. The man's lungs is still breathing. Or is it the drugs? I was high too, I say again. From the movie. All of this is happening.
It's really a question of like, is this real? Am I really seeing what I'm seeing? Like, I'm confused. Why is this happening?
Nadia,
what is the point of this?
While we explaining this, I remind y'all, this is half of the ending. We ain't got all the way to the ending yet. This is the differences though between how good Midsommar ending is and Green Inferno. Remind you, we still talking about Midsommar ending. I'm done with Green Inferno ending. That shit is over. The movie over.
That was it.
that was it.
Nobody cares.
It's the lasting effect that Midsommar's ending has on you, where you are still sitting there like, can I rewind this right quick so I can make sure I just seen what I seen? Is that him? Is Mark a puppet now? The black, is they in spacesuits? What's going on? They burning them alive.
And it's like, is she part of the tribe? Is she part of the village now? Is she leaving? Like,
the girlfriend Danny, she pretty much is happy. They put her boyfriend in a bear. Alive. Alive.
Yo, when I saw the bear before they did what they did with it, I was like, what are they doing with it? Are they gonna eat it? Are they gonna?
You talking about when they showed him in the cage, right, walking around, or when they was dead already? Yeah,
because they was like they have a bear, and I was like, what they gonna do with that?
The drugs. We walking around with them. They got a bear. Look.
Why?
And by the time we got to the end, I completely understood it. I wasn't lost. I was just not shocked. What is the word I was calling it? I was paralyzed with him. I was paralyzed like the boyfriend at the end. I was in the damn bear with him, just sitting around.
Yeah.
Because that's all he could do. He couldn't. It's the lasting effect that Midsommar's ending has on you. That makes you want to go back and watch the movie just to make sure you catch the hints of everything that happened in the movie. That's why I was actually more in tune with it when I watched it the second time. Because I got to catch these little beats going on, and I was like, oh, I seen it the first time. I didn't catch that the first time. Well, this and that in the third. What was you about to say?
Yeah. It's rare that that a horror movie actually draws you in to the point where you just like, let me rewatch this because I ain't catch all of this.
And that's what it did for me, definitely, because I didn't watch it that first time after I watched it the first time. I was done with it. After you put man in the bear alive, all this other shit, he running around naked, and then when he find old boy in a barn hanging upside down, bruh, I was done. You not about to make me watch this again. But getting into what I'm doing now, I was actually more in tune with it the second time, and it made me enjoy it more the second time. So I appreciate you putting me back on it again to do this review. This was our Green Inferno. I'm gonna cut that. This was our Green Inferno versus Midsommar review. I appreciate anybody that came through and check us out. Like I said, let us know in the comment section if y'all are fans of Green Inferno or Midsommar. Let us know. I appreciate you again, Nadia, for coming through. Like I said, we got some more horror reviews coming through. Like I said, just because Halloween over don't mean I'm gonna start doing horror reviews, horror shows, and horror movie reviews. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. This is the road to 400 subs. Shout out to all my subscribers and everybody checking out my videos. We out.
See me smile at the actual situation. And because they can sense that I'm not afraid of it, yeah, it's only because of my experience prior to. They don't